alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hannah and I'm a student from London. The idea that all women who wear the niqab are forced to do so by their husbands, brothers and fathers is completely unfounded. There is no campaign group of closet ex-veiled Muslim women and no website trying to raise awareness about an epidemic of coercive veiling. It's really quite simple. The majority of young veil-wearing Muslim women, like the ones who had the ban overturned at Birmingham Metropolitan College, wear it out of their own accord. If we really want to talk about the coercion in how girls dress, then let's discuss how 13-year-olds in secondary schools across the UK today are adopting the beauty ideal because they feel they have to do a standard set to them by a billion-dollar beauty and entertainment industry. I find it strange how this discussion is not being had, despite the negative impact it is having on young girls. There is this assumption that because a veil-wearing woman dresses differently to men, she is in some way repressed. And yet, differences in dress code are accepted facts of life, even in the West, and do not alert to a woman being seen as chained to a life of oppression. So why should this apply to the dress code of a different community? Interaction in community is not built by whether you see someone's face or not, but whether you uphold kindness, respect, and good neighbourly qualities in your actions towards the wider society. Community tensions exist across the UK today, but can the niqab really be put down as the cause for any of them? As for the issue about identity and security, there is no real conundrum here. Muslim women can meet these needs in a female environment. If we mean are women's physical faces and bodies out of sight, then yes, there is not any dispute about that. But the bigger question is that all we are concerned about when it comes to the presence of women in society? As that is very worrying. The fact that society has become fixated with the looks of women above all else, leading them to be valued on the basis of their appearance rather than their intelligence, has damaged the role of women in society, ultimately preventing them from equal participation. Under secular liberal values, where men are free to view women simply as commodities to fulfill their desires, rather than valuable contributors, many women face discrimination and sexual harassment in the workplace and other public areas. This is the polar opposite to Islam, where the sexuality of a woman is taken out of the public sphere, so she is valued for her character and her virtue, rather than something as superficial as her appearance. The recent example in Birmingham Metropolitan College is a case where a 17-year-old girl started an online protest against the niqab ban. She felt the veil ban was embarrassing and stated, "It upsets me that we are being discriminated against. I don't feel my niqab prevents me from studying or communicating with anyone." The online petition against the ban was signed by over 9,000 people in just 48 hours, showing the immense solidarity and sympathy Muslim women have for the struggle to defy the negative consequences of being Muslim in liberal democracies. This statistic reflects a powerful message, that Muslim women refuse to submit to the will of secular fanaticism, with its oppressive laws that criminalise, marginalise and punish Muslim women for exercising their own free will when they see no hope for real success under the double standards and false promises of liberal secularism and capitalism. Make no mistake, it is not the niqab that is on trial here, but rather Islam and its position in the West. The Muslim women's dress code is once again being used as a tool with which to attack Islam and reinforce the age-old myth of Islam's mistreatment of women. In secular societies that increasingly label any visible signs of Islam as signs of radicalisation, a threat to community relations, or a symbol of the failure to integrate, we need to recognise that calls for niqab bans are not the last target that will fall under the radar of Western governments. Therefore, we need to speak out against any attacks against Islam, whether they be on the niqab, the hijab, the Prophet ﷺ, the Islamic social rules, punishment system, or its political beliefs. We should break any lies about our deen. We should not accept for any accusation to be levelled against it without objection, challenge, or debate. To be silent on such attacks would be to lay an open path for those who bear hatred towards Islam to further vilify our deen, demonize Muslims, and call for bans on other aspects of our religion. When faced with such debates like the banning of the niqab, Muslim women are reminded that Islam is the only truly stable viewpoint in life, free from contradictions in policy. It is a political system that provides women with social and economic security, unprecedented in the world's history. Under the Islamic State, women were not forced to abandon their public roles due to the pressure of exposing more of their physical attributes. Under the Islamic social system, Muslim women are valued for their inherent qualities of womanhood, that of being a mother, wife, and daughter. Their success is defined by the content of their character, not the cutting edge of a plastic surgeon's knife. Under the Islamic system, a woman is encouraged to fill her mind, not her wardrobe, and her happiness is based not on the approval of others, but by the approval of her Creator. In this way, we can see that the real danger and obstacle to Muslim women's progress has its origins not in Islam, but in Western political systems that are enforced globally. It is the removal of these alien viewpoints in our lands, not the removal of the niqab, that should be at the critical point of the debate internationally. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the struggle for Islam in Surah As-Saff, verse 8. يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. They desire to extinguish Allah's light with their mouths, but Allah will perfect His light, though the kafirun hate it. Jazakallah khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.